بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم أما بعد. So moving on, we've discussed Hamza, the Hamza for tasawwur and the Hamza al-istifham for tasdiq. Now we're moving on to hal. Okay, we discussed hal. So it's saying here وهل لطلب التصديق فقط. And hal فقط means what? Only. So hal is only for tasdiq, meaning yes or no, polar question. نحو هل جاء صديقك? Did your friend come? So what's the mas'ul anhu in here, the nisbah? Is the maji coming, is that linked to your friend or not? Did it actually occur or not? That's what the question is. هل جاء صديقك? والجواب نعم أو لا. And the answer will be نعم أو لا. We discussed those particles before. ولذا, and because of this, because of what? Because هل is for طلب التصديق. Because of this, يمتنع, it is prohibited. It's prohibited. It is prohibited. ذكر المعادل. A mention of a mu'adil with it is prohibited. You can't have, because obviously it's yes or no, isn't it? So you cannot have what after it? فلا يقال, you cannot say, what can you not say? هل جاء صديقك أم عدوك? You can't say this. Did your friend come or your enemy? Because hal is, you don't know if it happened or not. So he's asking you're asking for a nisbah, not tasawwur. And here we say هل جاء صديقك أم عدوك? You actually know that somebody came, but you don't know who came. And hal is not meant for that. If you want to use that, you have to go back to Hamza al-istifham. أجاء صديقك جاء أم عدوك? You following? Now moving on. Now this aspect, see this thing here? In theory, this thing is very, very, very fruitless. This discussion here. You go through this in the book, but it bears very little fruit. وهل تسمى بسيطة إن استفهم بها عن وجود شيء في نفسه. Basically what he's trying to say that there are two types of hal. If you ask, is one of the simple hal, one of the complex hal. One's called basiṭa, one's called murakkaba. Hal basiṭa is basically if you ask if something exists. That's it. If you ask about something existing, the wujud of it, the existence of it, that's called hal basiṭa. Because you're simply asking does it exist or not. And if you're asking regarding something else, example, I give example. Example here, he says here, هل العنقاء موجودة? Does the anqa bird exist? Okay? That's all he's asking. Basically, if you ask موجودة, that's called بسيطة. موجودة. And that's really, really, it seems to be very, that's why some books of Balagah just basically say this is a useless taqsim. It has no faida. ليس فيه faida. So they don't even just mention it. Some mention it and have to say, well, this is useless, we're not going to mention it.
I don't understand.
Let me explain to you. So he's saying here, hal tusamma basitatan. You call hal basita if via hal you are asked the existence of something in itself is asked about. If you're asking, does this thing exist? In that one scenario only, when you're asking about does it exist, it's called hal basita. Do you understand? For example, halil anqa is a legendary bird that doesn't exist. Okay? In for example, in English, a phoenix. The dodos exist. Yeah, they're extinct, but they did exist, innit? They're not legendary or just fables. The phoenix is a fable. That what happens, it dies and it comes up from the ashes again, and it burns and it comes up from the ashes and it comes back to life. That's just fable. So anqa is just a fable bird. It doesn't exist. So he's asking, Hali anqa'u mawjudatun. Does the anqa exist? Is the anqa present? Do you understand? Yeah? So this is basita because you're simply asking does it exist. But you want to make a taqsim for something that's not even very rare to even ask. So this is not really, there's no faida in this anyways. وتسمى مركبة, and you call hal مركبة إن استفهم بها عن وجود شيء لشيء. And you ask, and hal is called مركبة if you're asking about the existence of one thing to another. So you're not asking whether the bird exists, but you're asking what? Does it lay eggs or does it give birth? So you're not asking is it موجود. What are you asking? هل تبيض العنقاء? Does it give birth? Does it give birth? Does it lay eggs? So now it's not about موجود, is it? So basically, it's going to be مركبة. Oh yeah, unless you have the word موجود. So to make it hal basita hal murakkaba, according to my understanding, according to what other books have written about Balagah, this is laysa fi kathiru fa'ida. Now two more points regarding hal. Number one is هل is usually used for مستقبل. When هل comes in مضارع is usually for غالب, usually for مستقبل. For example, هل أنبئكم بشر من ذلك. Shall I not inform you, meaning in the future. So usually, not all the time, majority of the time, it has a meaning of مستقبل. So هل usually makes a مضارع what? Future. Similar another example, هل يستطيع ربك أن ينزل. Is your Lord able to in the future to send down upon us a banquet from the heavens? So again, it's a question regarding a future occurrence. Okay? If هل comes on ماضي or جملة اسمية, then obviously it wouldn't make it جملة. It wouldn't make it a future tense, obviously. For example, هل عندكم من علم. So this is what? جملة اسمية. It's not فعل مضارع. So it would have the present tense meaning. But when it comes on a فعل مضارع, the فعل مضارع usually becomes what? The future. You follow? So هل usually makes a مضارع after it, future. If it comes on a ماضي or جملة اسمية, then it wouldn't have that speciality. Any questions? That's it. بس.